Oh man, look, if you're not watching BCSN, Brian and AD Drew, man, you missing a treat. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like that's Brian and AD got a great conversation going, man. So I looked, I'm like, oh crap, 8 o'clock. And I was like, oh wait, things at 8:15. So I'm a little early. So if you're still watching them, I ain't mad. 'Cause I'm still engaged in the conversation. I'm over here, he over there asking questions about the question he asked was about NIL and how our student athletes receive financial aid funds. And so I used to be a financial aid employee. If you didn't know, I was financial aid at the Florida State University. Got no like fraternal whatever for that. I just that's what that's where I worked in financial aid. So I knew the answer to that question. But they might have changed some stuff. So, but man, um, going into about that fourth game of the season, damn, you should be hitting a good strong 500. So y'all know Sunday they were doing the Kamala Harris talks. Wife was like, "Hey, let's go out, let's do some things." So I was like, "All right, well, let me move this back." So we're gonna definitely though look at this football schedule, talk about this FAMU versus Alabama A&M game. Y'all know I'm keeping the beam with you. Um, we should be even at that point. But y'all know what's up. It's another episode of on Monday. Thanks up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started. Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does! And that might be the knockout punch.
Again, greetings and salutations. Again, for those that are still watching BCSN or you trying to double time, I ain't mad at it because look, I was watching too. Look, you know, so and hopefully we tried to get the internet issues fixed. You know, the internet was acting wonky. So we tried to get the hardwire connection going, move the Wi-Fi closer. Look, we try to make sure we have a quality product. So but man, look, normally y'all know we don't really go crazy about Mondays, but a Monday fun day, like I said, you got the election stuff going on. My wife was on the Kamala Harris call. I missed the dude's Kamala Harris call. You know, you got this call, that call. I know, I know what's up, man. So Monday fun day. So we still gonna get y'all in there though. And we're gonna talk about this this little FAMU schedule right here, you know, and we talked about the first couple games there. So, you know, first four. But now we're gonna get into that first SWAC game. But before we do all that, man, again, you know, little Monday Fun Day news. Check out round one St. Clair Moraine. If you hadn't got your rankings like me, hey, it's time. I'm about to get mine. Also, if you haven't signed up to become a booster, they need you. Join the Rattler Boosters. We need you. I will be a member of the Rattler Boosters before football season officially starts. How about that? For the first home game, I will have my booster stuff ready to go. Much like Brian may have mentioned, I'm a teacher. I won't be paid during the summer. Also, I do have plans of being at this event. This is my guilty splurge. We do have the golf tournament that same day. So if you're in the Central Florida area and you would like to golf, the Winter Park chapter, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, is having its golf tournament. Go check us out. You know, you can just look us up, Winter Park, Kappa Alpha Psi. You know, Google that and you'll find us. And you can see the golf tournament there. Good times are going to be had there and fun as always. What's up, Marvin? Look, I know missed y'all yesterday. Like I said, man, I know what's up. I know where the family's at. Also, if you didn't see, they dropped the volleyball schedule. I was about to get up here and start complaining because I haven't seen a home schedule for volleyball, basketball, none of them. I ain't seen Nathaniel. So we got some games, and I see some winnable games. West Florida, hope that should be a dub. North Florida should be a dub. I just can I say I think we should go perfect at home? If I say that, am I being a homer? I'm just saying. What's up, little baby? Look, man. I'm just saying. I may have to look. I may have to bring one of them questions from the group chat on the show one time. Who you got? Who the best FAMU football roster you got last 40 years? Yeah. Drop that in the chat for me. But also mentioning good brothers from a certain organization. Look, one keeps bringing in the accolades, best corner in the SWAC. And it's not because he's shimmy. It's because he's that dude. Coe High School, Mercer, FAMU. Look, Kendall Bowler is getting the accolades. He's getting the attention. And honestly, just saying, you got the best secondary in the SWAC. Folks kind of recognize it. The bad part is it's on both sides. Like, I think Tate's going to get attacked a few times, and then they're going to try and go back and try Kendall. Like, I'm just saying, East, West, Shrine Bowl watch list already. Kendall Bowler. Yes, sir. Like, and Kendall has a habit of making plays at the right time. Like, I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but Kendall makes that big play at the right time. Alabama State, Kendall's returning kicks for touchdowns, blocked kicks. Just saying, SWAC championship, Celebration Bowl, interception in the Georgia Dome. I'm just saying. What's up, Big Wills? Look, if y'all aren't following, Miss Williams gives makeup tutorials on her Instagram page. Go follow her. Look, I'm telling y'all though, that's my favorite corner in SWAC. And then preseason All-American from Stats Perform. Second team, though. Okay. I'm telling y'all, FAMU's secondary is going to be the best part of this defense on paper. Walking into the season. Appreciate it. Look, I ain't gonna lie. This is a Dallas Cowboy shirt. But look, hit the They Not Like Us. It's y'all know it's a Marquise Bell shirt. It's a Marquise Bell FAMU shirt. Like, come on now. Y'all mama ain't as good as my mama. This is one of my gifts. A Marquise Bell Dallas Cowboy shirt. I have two of these. And I have a Marquise Bell baseball card somewhere too. Like, I'm just telling y'all, when we say They Not Like Us, we brag different. Look, I've been wearing this shirt all day. I went to work. I literally went to work for 2 minutes, and half of it was so that folks could see the Cowboy shirt with the Rattler name on the back and his number. I'm just saying, look, I'm really one of them. I'm one of them already. Like, appreciate it, Mom. Look, she know what to get me for a gift. Something with FAMU or something with the Cowboys or the Bucks. Sure, I'm in hog heaven. Look, I'll be over there. Oh man, look, I get the little stuff. She's like, here you go. I'm like, oh, thank you, Mama. You know what I wanted. I wanted another FAMU blanket. Look, I ain't took it out this thing yet. My wife was selling me out. So he doesn't open those gifts. I'm like, ma'am, stay in your lane. Like, you bought my mom bought me the FAMU barbecue set because I ain't gonna lie. I'm mean on the grill. Don't ain't no games played. Don't let the size of my back fool you. It's bigger than you would think it is. I just, I've been riding my bike a lot, and I'm a teacher, so I walk a lot. But don't judge me by the size of my back when I sit down and eat. Like, I'm mean on the grill. My mom got me the FAMU grill set, fork, all that stuff. I ain't opened it yet. I'm waiting to find a spot in here. It's gonna be for decorations. You are not messing up my nice FAMU stuff. Now, if it was Florida State, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a Seminole fan, but I grill in my Florida State apron. Hey, white dirt on it. White. I don't care about getting that one. I got a FAMU apron. I ain't worn that thing in months. That's for sure. Look, why isn't anyone talking about special teams? Our special teams punt coverage team. Were they great? They figured it out. I'm just saying, But Look, we talked about this. First 2 games, I got us winning. I ain't gonna sit up here. A lot of y'all I ain't gonna cut you no way but straight. First 2 games, when we're talking about FAMU's schedule, I got us winning against Norfolk and South Carolina State. I think the Norfolk game is closer than some of us expect. Some of it's just because the quarterback's gonna get it right. Like, oops. Let's talk. I'm officially concerned about the running back room depth, and somebody lying about the sizes, saying the DL guys smaller the program stats. You thoughts? Look, going into this, I told y'all I was kind of concerned about the running back room. When I looked at it, I see 4 running backs. I don't see 6, 7 backs. Yant's not there, so that's an L. You lost a 200 some odd pound, 230 some odd pound back, but you replaced him. So you have 4 running backs. I think the way that you kind of get out of that problem, to answer EA's question, and look, about the running backs, it's your tight ends. Some of those tight ends are H-backs. Those aren't pure tight ends. And we saw some of that. If you go back and look at the spring game, look, I discontinued my Rattlers Plus because there's nothing going in the summer. Like, I'm sorry. I told y'all we got to cut what's coming out. But at the same point, when I'm looking at this roster and my running back concerns, I think the tight end room is where you kind of fix some of that. You're going to have some H-backs come in there that are going to fill in as blockers. I don't think you do a lot of 2-back sets. I think it'd be kind of fun, though, especially depending on who's their quarterback, because I think that's really like a question, too. What's up, Tamara T? Like, I think the quarterback thing, that's a question, but it's also kind of fun. Like, you got the 2 backs back there, plus depending on who's that quarterback, because Junior's more mobile than you think he is. Richardson can run. You can run some nice little option plays with them guys. But, yeah, in the defensive line, that's my concern on defense. Notice, I said our secondary is not a concern for me. I didn't say the defensive line wasn't. And even when Cozy came on here, he said the only person he hasn't replaced was Anthony Dunn. So it's a little red flag for me when it comes to just position groups. Not saying that we can't overcome it, but I think that's something. And I also realize that's on the radar of our opponents. Go back and listen to SWAC Media Days. See what Cardell Maynard says. He points out, yeah, I'm an offensive guru. Defense is how the championships won. That's how FAMU did it. Literally, when he talked about FAMU, he was like, FAMU won because of their defense. And we all said the same thing. Like, yo, that defense lights out. Like, so, yeah, that's the thing. And the thing about special teams, I'm comfortable with our punter. Where we at field goals? That's why, because I'm with you there, Johnny. My question is, where are we at with the field goals? Willoyd, not worried. As long as he's healthy, I'm good. But my question definitely comes in, who's making these field goals? And can they make field goals? Like, I'm just saying, I don't know where you're seeing the DL small. This is what I'll say. Body types have changed. Some of us are used to 300-pound people being fat. Like, y'all remember when I was younger. And this ain't no disrespect to nobody out there. But remember when Jamie Nails was at FAMU? Jamie Nails looked like he was 330 pounds. Like, and I'll Google it real quick. Y'all know I'm one of them. Jamie Nails was a big dude, like 335. And I'm just saying, he looked like 335. Like, you don't see a lot of that anymore with these 335s, and these dudes are the same size. Like, Jamie Nails was a massive dude. Like, I remember him at FAMU and being like, yo, that dude's huge. Remember, though, Gentle Hunt doesn't look big. Like, and that's no disrespect to Gentle Hunt. That's just calling a spade a spade. Gentle Hunt is about 300 pounds. Like, and you see him in person, he's yoked up. Like, he's solid. Like, I tell you what, if we hiring bouncers, like General Hunt's one of the people I'm calling. Like, hey, sir, you like him, yeah. Just saying. 295 for Gentle Hunt. 295. And this ain't just, oh, you family, you bias. Nope. Look, I know I stand on data. Illinois say the same thing. 5'11, 295. So you getting that from multiple sources that this brother's a legit about 300-pound dude. He don't look fat. I think that's some of the thing we kind of looking at when they don't look big. They don't look fat. But these dudes, okay. I hit one on coworker, like, bro, he like, man, I'm pushing like 3 something. I'm like, nah. He's like, nah, bro, really. I was like, okay. I think that's some of the difference that we see just when it's like, I don't know if this guy 300 pounds or not. Nah, they are. They step on the scale. And some of it is the improvement of the weight training program. We got something there, man. So, but this right here, if you are a FAMU fan and you want to see an interesting game, I'm telling you, the Alabama A&M series might be the Alabama schools are your best rivals as far as not really your rivals, but really good gameplay. Alabama State, Alabama A&M have been them. Alabama A&M last season they're 5-6. Nothing spectacular, but 2021, 35-31 comeback victory. 2022, 38-25. Last year, 42-28. So it's never like this one in particular. Only one time where it's been like, whoo, scary. But it's still one of those games, especially this is the game you want to bring somebody with you to. Somebody that's like, hey, I want to see a good game, but I'm pretty sure we should win this. This is the game you want to see because you have one of the senior, if not the senior statesman in the SWAC on the other sideline of Carnell Maynor. And Carnell Maynor is the Ric Flair of HBCU football. Look, him and I'm just saying it like this. Alabama A&M needs to play South Carolina State every other year because Chennis Berry and Carnell Maynor, oh man, it's worth watching them just to listen to them talk trash. Like they are fun and they are entertaining. And in this one and in this game, in this setting, you're going to get the best out of Maynard. Maynard's going to be entertaining as hell. Like, I'm just going to say it. And he's going to be funny, but he backs it up. He may not, win the game in the end a lot of times, but he's competitive. And I think especially this season, the season's a little warm in normal Alabama. Especially, he got a quarterback coming in, similar situation to what you got. He's kind of pointed out, hey, I'm looking for this guy, Avion Smith, to be my starter. Avion had a little bit of success at Miami of Ohio. Again, it's Miami of Ohio. A little bit of action. A lot of Thursday night, Wednesday, Tuesday night football that nobody's watching. But the stadiums are about the same size as SWAC. Some are smaller. Just saying. So the lights aren't going to get big until it's a classic. So you coming down to Tallahassee, I mean, that's one of the games where you need all Rattler Nation there, full throat. Because, again, Alabama A&M is one of those teams that routinely puts on a good show. But look, I'm looking for Maynard to switch it up a little bit. Because when you listen to him, he's got the same concerns that a lot of you have about our quarterbacks. Can they get the ball to where it needs to go and not throw it to the other team? Like, just listen to him, then listen to his player at SWAC Media Day, and they're like, yep, we're looking to see us run the ball. And the defense is saying, yeah, we got to do better. We got to get off the field. You telling me the defense got to get off the field? and I have concerns about the quarterback, tells me you're probably going to try to run the ball a lot more. And Cardell Maynard's offense, even though he's had some really good quarterbacks, it's at his best when it's got a decent running back. Like, you kind of go back and look, because if we're looking playmaker for playmaker, it's not close. Like, I'm not going to be that evil person that boosts your head up to tell you, like, Alabama A&M's got all these stellar playmakers. No. They have some good guys out there. They have, really some good guys. But on the flip side of that, what's up, Kev? They are going to have to play smart ball because they know coming in this game, athlete for athlete, FAMU's got us. Like, that's not an argument. Like, as much as Maynard's like, I like my guys, he said everybody likes their guys. That wasn't we just gonna beat everybody. That was man, I got what I got. I got the hand that I got, and I'm gonna play it. That's what I heard from him when I listened. And when you're looking at it, again, I'm going to see I don't know who the quarterback is, but I'm leaning towards this guy being the guy. I'm waiting on him to show me. That don't sound like a lot of us. Yeah. Who's the quarterback at FAMU? I don't really know, but I'm waiting on Junior to take the job. Can we just say that? Like, Richardson, like, he might come in, he might do something. He threw a whole bunch of picks last season. But man, can Junior just take the job? Like, that sounds like a lot of us right now. And look, this is it. You have hit the nail on the head. They put up a lot of points, but they can't stop anybody. And their defensive player candidly said that. He was like, yeah, man, we struggle to stop people. I think that's going to be the difference. Really, I think that's the difference in the game. Because coming into this, I got Alabama A&M and FAMU having the same record. Alabama A&M starts with Auburn. That's an L. I'm not gonna play that with you and nobody else. They got Kentucky State. That should be a W. They got Georgetown. That should be another W. Austin Peay is. I got Austin Peay winning that one, but I think it's one of those games where if Alabama A&M wins, it's not a complete upset. It's just I'm pulling for them in that one. But so at this point in the season, both teams are very likely to be 2-2. Both are playing their first conference game. Both are playing back-to-back away games. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how this game moves. I think this game is won by the defense. So I think Maynard's already told you FAMU's defense is it. But I think the other thing, kind of going back, some of y'all's questions about this defensive line, I think that's where the key is. Can FAMU stop the run? That's the question. Can FAMU stop the run? And can FAMU contain the quarterback? Because the other thing about Maynard's offense, it's really, really good when he's got a quarterback that can move a little bit in the pocket. He's got that. Like, this guy is not huge. Quarterback's 6'6" for Avion Smith, if he's a starter. Like, yeah, I know he's got that, 6'8" kid back there somewhere. But you talking to him, his 6'1" quarterback going against this defense. So he's probably gonna be moving a bit. Like, I'm looking for this guy to be put in motion a lot. And I'm looking for him to be a part of the running game because all of a sudden that slows down the coverage, slows down your linebackers, and you're starting to kind of take advantage of linebackers that are new to this defense, especially depending on who's playing and who you putting in there. Let's see, EA. Like, I hear what you're saying. However, I don't think we understand the loss of Mentor, Hall, Robertson, who ate up space and kept. Yeah, but you got a couple 300 plus D linemen. I'm wondering on that too, though. But I think the interior line for FAMU is not the issue. It's the outside. Like, can you get to the quarterback is going to be the problem. Because I believe Ash was 285 when we looked the other day. So you're starting to really kind of start to think about this. can your edge rushers create pressure? Can they stay disciplined? And can they force the quarterback to stay in the pocket or make him move in the pocket? Like, I think that's going to be the big thing, because when I'm looking at the quarterback that he wants, you kind of look at the spring game a little bit. Well, it wasn't spectacular, it wasn't terrible. But at the same point, what you start to see is, I'm thinking they're going to move this quarterback. Like, if it's the quarterback and this is the guy you want, this guy's got to move the pocket. Like, he can't just stay back there and stand like a statue and get the ball from shotgun. Like, and look, Coach got a few more announcements, but waiting to announce them strategically. I agree. I definitely agree. Because some of these guys, who's eligible? Like, who made it through the summers? Like, that's a question. Who did make it during the summer? Like, that's part of what AD Sykes pointed out. Hey, this summer, we're going to use this time to retain and keep players and try to get some of these kids eligible that ain't there. Football's got enough. Hopefully they're not the right people, though. Like, and look, the DC got to scheme up, not depend on the front four like the former DC. Yeah. Because I love that comment, because one of my frustrations with our defense, it's a zone-based defense. Coach has already said the defense is the defense. I do think he's going to tweak some things, and I think part of the reason for not revealing his whole hand, like, I can't show you everything I got because, and I was looking for this remote for like 20 minutes. But some of the things that he's purposely waiting to see is what you put on film, because every post-practice video, you're hearing Colsey say, we're going to look at the video, we're going to make a decision based on the video, we're going to do this. Okay. And he sounds like Willie sounded about game number 4 already. Like, y'all remember how aggravated Willie sounded? Like, like he had his face, he was aggravated. Like, you can see Colsey's got that a little bit. He's already stated some of the players aren't where they're supposed to be. So it sounds like, just conditioning wise, he stated that was an issue already. We might not be where we need to be at that point, but we're going to get there. I'm hopeful for that, because the first half of the season is conditioning. Like, if you start thinking about it, especially you're from Florida, like, my wife and I were out, what was it, Saturday. It was 100 degrees down here. And I called her, I came out of the meeting, I'm like, whoa, I know where you at. You okay? And she's like, it's just hot. Like, I rode my bike, I did like 7 miles, and it's like, just getting back used to that kind of heat, and not just getting used to it, but playing in it is a different thing. And start thinking about what we're going to be asking these kids to do at the beginning of the season. Yeah, that condition is a question. Like, I'm just saying. And look, I disagree with you, JT, because I think for those of us that want to know information, give me the information. But you start thinking about it, what film do you have on Colsey? Like, in the film you might have on Colsey, none of those coaches are on this staff. None of those players are on this staff. He's pretty much stated he's not going to be running the offense. He's going to be with the defense. So the film you have on Colsey is trash. Like, literally, the film you have on FAMU, in theory, you're being told we're going to run the same offense, the same defense. Is it true? Look, you have to ask Gerald that. Like, so I get you. But at the same point, is it? Because if I don't tell you nothing in those first 2 games, honestly, Norfolk State and South Carolina State games don't matter. The first 4 games of the season, to what you're actually trying to do, don't matter. You should win them. At least 3 of the 4 you can. Because to Mike's point, Troy could be winnable for us and potentially serve as I agree, but I think Sun Belt would be interesting. Um, I think the Sun Belt works better if you bring somebody with you as an HBCU. I think if you're behind closed doors, that's a package deal for me. That's just me. If you know my little sneaky self, I would definitely have a conversation with probably two HBCUs or three other HBCUs, and say, hey, what can we do to make this so that we have some palatable games? Namely, for me, just and um, especially speaking to Mike Sunbelt idea, I would look at Jackson State. I would I'd look at Southern. Um, Probably Alabama State and maybe Alabama A&M, just because their commitment to facilities. Like, so those would be the schools I would talk to, and it would kind of, especially Alabama State, Alabama A&M, they've both built new facilities within the past decade, 2 decades. I mean, so just saying, that's just me and my 2 cents. But yeah, I don't know how much this is the audition for the Sun Belt. I think it's right now you kind of are where you are, but do you have the vision to go there? That's the question I'll ask. Like, yeah, last time we didn't properly plan on moving up. We need to get our things in order before doing that. Yeah, that's part of my thing. I think facilities wise, we're there in a lot of places. Um, and I think if you were to get that influx of funds from a conference in that manner, you would see the improvement in facilities though completed, because consider Bragg is practically a new stadium. You really don't have to add to it. The basketball arena is really still a nice facility. The main facilities you'd have to work on are baseball and softball. I mean, honestly, like, and that's yeah, that would be a problem. I want some allies, and I want something the fans want to see. Like, because in reality, you probably couldn't take Cookman with you. I mean, it would be nice to, but you really probably couldn't. That's why I say you get some schools with some cultural similarities. I think at Alabama State would be amazing to have in that situation, because it's a rivalry that's local, and you can still sell that as something that your fans want to see, and it's a regional rivalry. Um, just putting that out there. I don't know what you would do with a Florida Classic. I don't know if you I don't know if you care to do anything with it. I mean, you'd be making enough money off a conference to do that. So, but yeah, we kind of see, like, to Will's point, I ain't trying to be the only HBC in the Sun Belt boardroom needed ally. Isn't that part of the problem Tennessee State has? Like, some of the apathy with their program is they're the only HBCU in the conference. And you can see attendance time and attendance wise, their fans don't care when they're not playing the HBCU. Like, do I think FAMU's that bad? Nah. But do I think it will potentially become something? Maybe. Like Sunbelt. Oh, wait, sorry. Sunbelt for what? We need to maximize our brand. HBCU, SWAC, FAMU. We would lose our culture. You could. Definitely a concern. And little baby, yep, that's the problem with North Carolina A&T and Tennessee State. Their opponents mostly don't look like them, and folks don't show up for the games. Yep. And some schools, honestly, Hampton already had an attendance problem, so it's not even like that's new for them. That's just part of their thing. Was just not big time football. Just saying. But in a conference like the Sun Belt, could you approach a North Carolina A&T? Could you approach a Tennessee State and really use the fact that those states already have teams that are in the Sun Belt, so all of a sudden that limits your travel expenses? Just throwing it out there. Don't get mad. Um, and look, I think FAMU and Alabama State will be the only two with the cojones, mostly due to Greg Clark being over there. Don't see Jackson State or Southern. I don't either. overly interested in moving off SWAC Avenue. I don't disagree, but I think A&T would be interested, especially you start considering you already have App State, in-state team. I don't know if Coastal Carolina's in that conference or not. I believe they are, but I could be wrong. Like that's off top of the dome. So, but I believe Tennessee State would have like Middle Tennessee, something like that. So, anyways, that's neither here nor there. But those first 4 games for both teams, they matter, but they don't. So this is the first conference game. And so the Alabama A&M games, just kind of bring it back to that. That's going to be the first game that is a must win. I mean, every game obviously is a quote unquote must win. But as far as from the perspective of what you're trying to do at the end of the season, that's a must win game. And I think it's a game you do win. I think FAMU wins the Alabama A&M game because of defense. And I feel like our defensive line shows us something. And this game is going to be one of those games where they're kind of like, y'all were doubting us. Y'all forgot about us. We showed up. I think they make a big play. I think they force his quarterback to make a turnover, because a lot of times the interception isn't just because of the coverage. It's because of the defensive lineman who caused that quarterback to make that mistake. So I think that's going to be something, because one of the things when we're kind of looking at other teams in the SWAC, we kind of look from our perspective and we're like, well, this is what we brought in. But what did they bring in? And we're seeing where I don't think it's equal when we're talking about what FAMU brought in versus what other teams brought in. I think there's a noticeable advantage in favor of FAMU, and it's not really close. I think the biggest knock on FAMU here is quarterback and what's the experience of these coaches. I think that's one of the huge questions that you're going to have going into this game. So I got FAMU winning this one. Normally, look, I'm seeing 35s, 38, 42. Think this is a defensive battle. Give me a firm. I'm going to stick with the 31. I'm going 31 to 24. Something about Alabama A&M. I just can't trust them. I trust Maynard. I don't trust them, but this is not a game where if we came away and it was like, oh my gosh, Alabama A&M does this, I wouldn't be completely surprised. Just because they play us tough. Something about the makeup, the layout of our rosters, probably some of the pool of talent. These two teams are really close. EA said he got 24-10. Look, okay, I like that one. I almost went there. I went a little higher just because by this point, what kind of film is Alabama A&M getting on us? I feel like you really don't have good film on FAMU at this point, unless the first 2 games are close. If Norfolk State and South Carolina State are close, then it's a problem. Otherwise, I don't really think that's going to be that big of an issue. And so for week 0, I had us 31-20 for Norfolk State, and then 34-14 for South Carolina State. I do think this is the year you had to catch South Carolina State slipping, because I think next year, look, I'm gonna say it. I think 25 South Carolina State wins the MEAC. I'm gonna put it out there. That I'm gonna go on and say it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But look, if you see my man's Mr. Wardell Sims, let him know. This year, the Rattlers, we got you. But 25, I'll see you in Atlanta. I'm just saying. So EA got 17, 7 week 0. I don't know. I don't know if Norfolk can score that much. I gave him 20 points. And me looking back, I'm starting to think, because that quarterback, it's another one. I think the things you're going to get this season is we're going to see how FAMU's defense does with mobile quarterbacks. You're going to get a lot of that. Every quarterback until Troy, and now I'll say that because I don't know who their quarterback is. So y'all know me. If I don't know, I'll say I don't know. every quarterback you look on this roster is kind of mobile. Norfolk's quarterback, he's gonna be kind of mobile. Should be. South Carolina State, another guy, depending on who he picks, probably gonna be mobile. We know Cam Ward, Miami's mobile, and that brother's not gonna play the whole game. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's you get some picks off Cam Ward, you have a good day against Miami. It might be something. And look, it can be done because Cristobal outcoaches himself. There we go. Mario Cristobal has outcoached himself. But yeah, like little baby. Yep, first 2 games are going to tell the story. This is truly a year of coaching for FAMU. Is Colsey going to make the right call in the moment we desperately need it? I agree. This is my question going into coaching. My question going into coaching is, how much responsibility are you giving the players? And that sounds funny, but that's probably part of the quarterback question. How much responsibility are you giving Junior or Richardson? So when we get to the line of scrimmage, are you checking out of the play or are you looking to the sideline? Because that's one of the things you got with Musa last year. Musa checked in and checked out of plays. Go back and watch that game against the division, Lincoln. There we go. Lincoln in California. You don't see Junior checking in and checking out of a lot of plays. It's kind of like, this is what I got. This is what I see. Based on what I see, this is where I'm going. Like, there was no check this, check that. Because this guy's here, you do that. You didn't see a lot of that. And that's going to be the question in the growth of Junior this year. Are you going to get that? But then if you have Richardson at quarterback, does he know the playbook well enough to do it? In the dark horse, I'm just saying, I said it once, I said it before, and I'll say it again. That QB for UM is the quarterback of the future. I don't know if you saw the video. What's this? 15 Bryson Martin. Yeah. I'm gonna put it out like that. Go watch the video. He throws a dime, and you can tell he was second guessing himself because he literally steps back, hitches, like, oh, and then he throws it. Like, all right, your hesitation is a tell. Because, I mean, it's like playing poker. Like, when you play DB, it's like playing poker. People have a tell. That was a tell. Like, oh, you're still learning the playbook. But look, hello, Will. That brother can spin it. That is your quarterback for next year. Look, you ain't got to believe me. I told y'all I was the first one. One of the first ones. When Musa walked in, I was like, oh, yes, quarterback. I remember that's how I met Brian. Hey, what's up, man? Gripped up, talk, all that kind of stuff. Who's the white boy? Junior? No. Junior, that's my guy. The other one, the one that coach isn't coaching. Oh, that's the dude guy, Musa. Like, yeah, he's a quarterback. That kid, yeah. It is on the FAMU Twitter page. Might drop it in the chat. Y'all know me. But there's a route. He's a little late on the route. And it's a dime. Like, you're over there like, okay. Who is 15? Oh, yeah, you 15. That dude from Miami. Yeah. Like, and I think this is it right here. So I might drop it in the chat if this is the right one. But yeah, he drops a dime. And one of the other things, though, go watch who you constantly see in the middle of that huddle. I'm seeing 1-5. I'm not 1-5, sorry. Number 10. Look, gotta take control of your team, young man. Because Richardson looked like he is asserting himself as the presumptive leader, and he just got here. You better take your team back. I ain't calling no names, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, compact throw motion. There it is. I dropped it in the chat. Hopefully, there we go. Yeah. So, but look, that one right there, that boy threw a dime, and that thing was And you can see he kind of does like this, and then oh yeah, I was supposed to throw that there. Straight arm. I'm telling y'all, if the season is one of those seasons where we're finding ourselves quarterback wise, I'm telling you, that might be the guy. Like he reminds you of a slimmer Ben Doherty. There we go. Okay, Albert Chester. There you go. Because some of y'all was like, oh, you chose Ben because he was white. No, Albert Chester. There you go. Like that kind of potential. So yeah, man. Yeah. Just saying. Look, oh, bingo. That's my question. Was Joseph be a play caller or OL coach? Like I said, when you're looking at this team, the question is play calling. It's not talent. It's offensively. Are you going to give the quarterback free reign to do checks and controls? And then defensively, your linebackers ready, especially a middle linebacker, because you lost one to the portal, and then you lost another just to pure attrition. You lost Major and Chaney. And I don't know how many plays Chaney was calling. I felt like he was more just, weak side, strong side linebacker type guy. Whereas Major was setting up defense. We're going to see, though, because the linebacker you brought in, especially that dude from South Florida, he got a motor. It's a couple other guys. That whole defense, linebacker-wise, you're good. So, and to make sure, look, Cameron Gillis, make sure we talk about y'all special teams. I'm looking at you, Mike Smith. Will Lloyd, though, that is a man I'm looking for. Like, best kicker in the SWAC. Should have been preseason everything, but we know the hate is real. But just saying. And look, we may have won all our conference games last year, but a few of those scores were close. We had to fight our way out to win out of those wins. Will that starting out slow hurt us for real this year? Could be. I mean, that's my question. And that's why I say the first 4 games, while they're meaningful, they're meaningless to your end goal. And at this point, the question is, especially for the Norfolk game, you really should be able to get a lead that's substantial. I'm not going to say you should just beat the hell out of that team. That's disingenuous. But you should get a good enough lead to where you can have a comfortable finish to where you can put the backups in there in the late part of fourth quarter. So they shouldn't get that much data. South Carolina State should kind of be in a similar situation. Like, you just kind of expect a very physical game, but at the same point, South Carolina is going to be kind of crampy and all that, as far as temperature wise, but are they going to be able to manage the heat in the way that they need to? And I'm trying to pull their schedule up right quick to see who they got, because again, that's the second game of the season for FAMU. Trying to see who they got their first game. Look, sorry about that. Normally I have it ready. We are their season opener. So South Carolina State opens the season at FAMU. That should be a dope. And because I'm not going to change my score, I'm going to leave it 34-14. But this is another game where if you're in the SWAC, there's a good chance you're not getting the best film from FAMU, because who did they play? Like, what were you being given on film? Same thing. Miami, how much are they going to give you on film? Troy, similar. While it's a winnable game, could be a potential, hey, we should be able to join this conference. What are you going to get film-wise when I ain't got to beat these teams? It don't matter. Like, the checks are signed for all these games. I want to make sure we win. But if I'm the head coach, I'm trying to see what I got at quarterback, make sure I got what I got, and that they can manage in-game situations, which has been an issue. Like, I'm just saying. And let's see. What I like is the undisciplined play under Willie appears. Cozy is attacking immediately. Yeah, we were the highest penalized team in the conference 2 years in a row. We were, but you started looking into last year. Some of them penalties went down, and I think that's gonna be interesting to see too. Like, because that's one of my questions, and y'all know that I asked Will that question a couple times. Like, yo, so with some of these penalties, you know, hey, how do we intend on getting these penalties? You know, and he would say they ain't gonna like the consequences, and they started not liking them. I think it's gonna be something similar. If FAMU is more disciplined, EA and others, I agree. I think that's gonna be half the battle because that second game of the season, South Carolina State, that's gonna be a disciplined team. I'm telling you that now. Chinnisberry, if they're not disciplined, they might be walking back to South Carolina, and that's a long walk from Tallahassee to Orangeburg. So, but to start the season, like I told you, I got FAMU winning the season, the game. Excuse me. I think we have a winning season. But Norfolk State got that as a dub. South Carolina State, I got that as a dub as well. And now realizing that that's their first game of the season, that might be interesting. And the big thing, it was pointed out earlier when I didn't mention FAMU special teams. The special teams for South Carolina State. Do you have is Maxion the kicker? And do you actually protect him? Look, little baby, he sound like he hates people for fun. The Miami game, it's an L. I'm not gonna argue with you. Miami has the best quarterback that came out of the transfer portal in Cam Ward. That brother's ice cold. Like, yeah, that brother's unless something unfortunate happens, which we never want to happen. That should be a runaway. Troy, it's a winnable game. I got us taking an L just because I can easily see us taking our feet off the gas with the realization that the next week conference play starts. So I think you kind of, you look at your hand and you're like, yeah, I'll sacrifice this because I really need to let that one walk. I need that book. I can let this one slide. So yeah, that's what I got. We're gonna look though Sunday, unless they do another Kamala Harris thing. But Sunday and Thursday, actually Thursday. Sorry, ain't no Kamala thing on Thursday. But Thursday we're gonna look at this Alabama State game, homecoming, in the Gump. I'm just saying, are you going? I'm not going. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's no direct flight from here to Montgomery. That, yeah, it's not a thing. So, just saying. Mike said we don't even break a sweat till the 13th. I'll be honest with you. I think Jackson State's overrated. Look, I said it. Put it on wax. I said it on live radio. I think Jackson State's overrated. And I think we saw some of that last year. I think TC's a good coach. But I just think FAMU's going to be able to do something with him. Honestly, I think the better game than Jackson State is probably Alabama A&M. I'm going to say it right now. I think Alabama A&M beats Jackson State. I'll say it. I'll put it on wax. Y'all know I ain't scared. And I hope he proves you wrong. Like, I think Jackson State's going to have a solid schedule and solid, season results. But I would not be surprised if the walking Ric Flair, the SWAC, walks in Jackson, walks past him, and over there strutting and talking mad cash. Like, yeah, that's going to be a fun little thing right there. I'm just saying, Atlanta Rattlers will be heavy in Montgomery. That's a day trip. You're right. Tallahassee too. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's just I think I did it in 6 when we went for our province council. it was either 6 or 7 hours going. So yeah, from Tallahassee though. Oh yeah, yeah. That's a trip. You jumping there with the boys. That's a ride. Yeah. Look, I see Alabama State, Jackson State being our two hardest teams to play. I think those games would come down to play calling. I agree. My only thing about Alabama State, y'all, and I don't want to get too much into it because then I'll mess up my next show. But Andrew Body, he's that guy. Where are the rest of the dudes though? I'm just saying, it just feels like David Ruffin and the what are their names again? I'm sorry. That is the feeling I get from Alabama State. Like, yeah, I just don't. They don't give it to me. I can't, feel like he's just the lead singer and the rest of the guys are there. Like, he's Frankie Beverly. Can you name somebody at Mays without using Google? Like, I'm just saying. So before you let go, I'm just gonna say it like that though. But all right, look, Thursday, 8:00. We'll be right back here. We're gonna talk about that FAMU Alabama State game. And look, question: Alabama A&M. The 100 went up there. You can leave your band at home, but if you are so inclined, you return the favorite. Inquiring minds want to know. I'm just saying. Not that I need to see your band. It's not a want, but I'm just saying it would be interesting. Look, the Bucks play the Falcons in the Dome on October 3rd, and Atlanta alumni are doing a one-day road trip that Saturday. Oh, look, gonna be some fun. And look, y'all already know who to holler at if you trying to go to Atlanta. Really, if you trying to go anywhere. Just looking out.com. Hit up Mike Reed, let him know. Use promo code Fangs up. And he'll might slide a little something back here to the show. So that we can improve production costs. Y'all saw we ain't had no cutouts going out today. But the 100 going to 8 games? Okay. The 100 traveled pretty well. Like, we complain about the games they do miss, but they go to enough games where we shouldn't give them too much flack. So I'm looking. But that one shocked me when they went to Huntsville, for that game. So I want to see Alabama A&M. You gonna bring your band down? Like, because honestly, Alabama State, they band showed out last year. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Don't get mad. I didn't say we lost. We won. But Alabama State, yeah, they band came with it. Yeah, that was a good show. Ooh, okay. Before we cut out, band heads, was Alabama State a better opponent than Bethune-Cookman last year? I'm just saying, for the band folks, I think Alabama State had a better show. I put it out there. Look, look, I don't like seeing our school's band in our stands. I ain't gonna lie, I love the 100 in the stands. Look, I'm just saying, I ain't trying to be a hater. I'm just being honest. Alabama State brought it last year. They brought it in front of the sideline. I was on the sideline like, oh no, you didn't. Okay, y'all had a little bit of gusto. Y'all know the T is with the Marching Wildcats. Y'all know how many more years Doc got. I'm just asking for a friend. Look, because Wells, I ain't gonna lie, Prime Wells, it didn't get no pettier than when Wells was at his peak. Yeah, man. Yeah, they were fun. They were fun. So look, that's gonna be a good one right there. Like, we need to make other schools stand on the sidelines like they're at PWIs. Oh no, man. I don't know. We're gonna see. But all right, y'all. Look, Herb Sewers and Black Techies, man. Look, thank y'all for coming on. And look, if you are not gonna be able to make the booster kickoff, look, let somebody know, but send something their way. Support. The booster kickoff is coming. Also, y'all know it's election season. Register to vote. I'm not telling you who to vote for. That's just not my thing. At this age and point, I don't even debate who voting anymore. Like, I'm voting for who I'm voting for. You voting for who you voting for. If you want to ask me questions, you can. But in all the grand scheme of things, you know who I'm voting for. Ain't no point in me bull jiving you with it. So, but we need you to vote. And don't just vote presidential elections. Vote local elections. Vote those medium elections. Some of y'all complain about the first black president. Oh, he didn't do nothing the second term. Hell, he couldn't. Because folks didn't go vote for the when the Senate and ever stuff things came around. So if you want stuff to go your way, vote in every election so that every time it counts and every time it matters. But for those, look, y'all know it's Fangs Up. And before we cut out, look, thank you, Von Wilson. Get ready for the Rattler Booster kickoff in Tallahassee. And look, if you might be able to score some tickets to sit with the ONG Strike Zone. My brothers from another mother. I'm just saying, go check them out, y'all. So Herb Stewart, Black Techies, y'all already know what's up. It's always gonna be Fangs Up.
Rattlers, get ready to join us for the annual Rattler Boosters Kickoff Luncheon and Fundraiser, August 10th at 2 p.m. at the Lawson Center. Come meet players and coaches from the HBCU National Champion Football Team, two-time SWAC Champion FAMU Volleyball Team, and the reigning SWAC Women's Cross Country Champion Team. Lots of fun and excitement, and we'll hear from our coaches over lunch. Tickets and tables are selling fast. For more information, go to FAMURattlerBoosters.com.